Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to be going over the two types of YouTube automation cash cow channels you need to be aware of. So let's get started with the video. So as we all know, YouTube automation, the typical trilogy is that it consists of multiple components in order to create a video and upload it onto YouTube. So usually you have the script, voiceover, video edit. The point of YouTube automation is that you outsource the work in order for you to scale. Scale in a sense that you don't have to create the videos, you hire other people to create the videos for you, and the more people that you hire, the more videos that you can create. One of the beauties with YouTube automation is that no filming is required, okay? You don't need to know the complexities, but when it comes to camera, lighting, sound design, no filming is required. And these are just three simple reasons why YouTube automation is a profitable or appealing business model. But I want to introduce to you now the two types of YouTube automation channels. You have search-based channels and you have browse-based channels. And yes, there can be a mix of the two, but I'm going to show you two strategies in which how to do both different types of channels and what the pros and cons are of both search-based and browse-based YouTube channels. So with browse-based YouTube channels, okay, this is the type of channel that I'm most familiar with and the one that I teach the most. Think of my channel. So if you watch my webinar training down below in the description, you'll get access or actually see the channels that I run. But my channels are browse-based channels, and they usually consist of the usual trilogy: a script, a voiceover, and video edit. Now keep in mind, I'm not including the project managers that I have, the description writers that I have, the thumbnail designers that I have, but usually the core trilogy of what a video consists of is a script, voiceover, and video edit. Now with browse-based channels, there is a high emphasis on choosing the correct topic, choosing a correct title, and choosing a correct thumbnail, and making sure those are best optimized for viewer experience. So I'm going to be showing you why I'm saying that there's a high emphasis on topic, title, and thumbnail, and why there isn't such a high emphasis on search-based channels. Browse-based channels, you're capitalizing on trending news plus evergreen content. Usually videos on browse-based channels are longer. Usually they're about 3 minutes long, 4 minutes long, 8 minutes long, 12 minutes long, 20 minutes long. Usually we're doing longer form content when we're talking about browse-based channels. Browse-based channels, they are more expensive compared to search-based channels. So at the very least, I imagine you can get a browse-based video for like $30 or more. Me, I get at the very most my videos for at least $100. They are more expensive. And with browse-based channels, a positive thing though that I've found after doing my research and analyzing all these other channels is that you are quicker to see results because you're capitalizing on trending usually. With me and my browse-based channels or the new YouTube channels that I start, I can get traction usually within a month of starting a brand new channel. And so with browse-based channels, the CPM can vary drastically. This is dependent on the niche. And another thought is that with browse-based channels, there are more niches to choose from. So what I mean by this, okay, let's first start with the CPM. CPM can vary drastically because, or not just CPM, I would say ad rev per views. So what I mean by this is that if you have a browse-based channel, you have a longer form video, more ads are displayed in that video because that video is longer. You're gonna make more per video when it comes to the monetization aspect side of browse-based channels. So CPM can vary drastically, and that's dependent on the niche. There are a lot more niches to choose from when you're starting a browse-based channel. What I mean by this is that with a browse-based channel, you can go into niches like celebrities, tech, crypto, finance, make money online, luxury, sports, basketball, hockey, golf, soccer, tennis. You can go into a lot of niches to choose from and get your traffic from browse traffic. And that usually comes from capitalizing on what's trending, capitalizing on what people are searching for. I think now is a good time to transition over to what search-based channels are like. With a search-based channel, I'll first show you an example. So this is a search-based channel, okay? So I just want to quickly brief over the actual types of videos. So see how these videos are shorter. They're usually 1 to 3 minutes long, and they're answering a problem. So it's just how to set Spotify song as alarm iPhone, how to delete duplicate holidays on iPhone, how to save drafts on TikTok. So they're basically, these videos are the answers to people's very specific problems or questions that they're typing onto YouTube. So I imagine there's not a lot of people creating a screen recording video on how to delete duplicate holidays on iPhone. A lot of people aren't creating videos on like that, which is what makes this type of YouTube automation very, very unique. They're targeting very specific keywords, going into very sub-niche categories and answering the questions that people are typing onto YouTube. And if you think about it, all the people that are on YouTube, there's a lot of questions that I'm sure people haven't created videos on yet. The trilogy, the script, the voiceover, the video edit is usually done all by one person. So sometimes they even do the thumbnail upload too. So when you take a look at this video, there's no script to it. There's no, yeah, there's a voiceover and there's a video edit, but it's just them screen recording their iPhone and then putting it onto YouTube. It's just them talking about the solution to the problem in which people are having. How do I save drafts on TikTok? A single individual is actually doing all three of these things, which is what makes search-based channels very, very appealing. Sometimes even that individual can be the ones to create the thumbnail and upload the video as well. If we look at these thumbnails, they're very, very cookie cutter. They're very, very easy. They're very easy to create. Anyone who doesn't even have a Photoshop or Canva design background can create thumbnails like these if you give them the template just to start with. A single individual can do everything compared to browse-based channels in which you kind of need a separate individual for each component, because the person who writes your script likely can't edit your video. Compared to this one here, the person who's voicing the video can also do the video edit, they can also do the thumbnails, they can also do the uploads, and that's because everything is a lot easier as compared to browse-based channel mechanics. With search-based channels, you can succeed with cookie cutter thumbnails that almost look synonymous. So tying back to our example we have here, notice how this thumbnail looks like this thumbnail, looks like this thumbnail, looks like this thumbnail. So it's very cookie cutter thumbnails, and that's what I mean. Usually search-based channels capitalize on evergreen content. So I imagine that how to delete duplicate holidays on iPhone, this question is going to be relevant for as long as iPhone stays around. Whether it's 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, possibly down the road, these videos are completely evergreen, which is the beauty of this search-based model. So with it, usually short form content, as I mentioned before. Now, here's how to get these videos very cheap, okay? Because with browse-based channels, I'm saying at the very least, you can get these videos to be $30 at least. But with search-based channels, you're looking to get these videos for $2 to $5 per video. And the reason why is because for an individual doing all these components, you want to pay them hourly, okay? So let's pretend in a third world country, you're hiring someone for $3 to $8 an hour, but you have to set a quota. And this is how you get these videos for so cheap. You set a quota. So let's pretend that you're paying someone $10 an hour to create at least 2 of these videos per hour. They have to create the topic, create the thumbnail, record the video, upload the video. They have to do all of that, and their quota that they have to meet, or else they're going to get in trouble, quote unquote, is to do 2 videos per hour. If you're paying them $10 an hour and they have to do 2 videos per hour, that's $5 a video. That is extremely cheap, that is extremely affordable, and it's a lot less riskier. So that's another point I want to make. A lot less capital involved. So that's how you get these videos for so cheap. You just hire from third world countries, you tell them what the quota is, you tell them what the duties are, and if they're able to create videos like this, then you've got yourself a search-based channel assembly line. With search-based channels though, I do imagine that the results that you're gonna see is gonna take a lot longer. Like, without a doubt, this video here, how to duplicate holidays on iPhone, I'm pretty sure, almost certain that it's not gonna go viral. Nor are the other videos here. So what you're looking for is that you're not really looking for virality as compared to browse-based channels, but you're looking for a huge backlog of videos that all these videos combined getting just a small amount of views will eventually what's going to pay for the channel. So slower to see results. Now, one of the key components with search-based channels is that you want to target a CPM that's extremely high. So usually things related to software or teaching people how to do certain things on applications, that is a high CPM niche. So as you can see with this channel here, How To Simple, they're targeting TikTok, they're targeting iPhone. These are high CPM keyword niches that people are looking for answers to. So as I said before, a lot less capital is involved, and with browse-based channels, you are reliant more on getting a video to go viral, whereas with search-based channels, you're just building a backlog of all these videos that are helpful to everyone out there in the world, and you're a lot slower to see results. In comparison of the two, which is better? This is just a side-by-side comparison. So again, a search-based channel, a single individual does everything, but browse-based, you have different people for different components. You can succeed with cookie cutter thumbnails on search-based, but with browse-based, there's a really high emphasis on making sure that you have the best topic, title, and thumbnail. Browse-based channels, you're capitalizing on trending news. With search-based channels, you're not really capitalizing on news all too much. You're usually targeting search-based keyword phrases that people are typing onto YouTube and actually searching for. So with search-based, heavily capitalizing on evergreen content. With browse-based, there's a mix, okay? You can capitalize on both trending and evergreen content. Usually the content is shorter, so 1 to 3 minutes long. As compared to browse-based, they're usually about 6 minutes or longer, 4 minutes or longer. Search-based channels, I must admit, the capital for investing in them, or the capital for the overhead for paying for them, is a lot less compared to browse-based channels. So with that, browse-based channels, again, at the very least, $30 a video. I sometimes pay $100 per video, but if you do the math, $5 a video versus $100 per video, For search-based channels, I can get 20 times the amount of videos for $100 compared to a single video in browse-based channels. But again, quicker to see results when it comes to browse-based channels. As far as search-based channels, you're not really going after virality, nor are you probably going to see results. You're just waiting for your videos to be picked up. But with search-based channels, the CPM is usually very high. With browse-based channels, the CPM can vary drastically depending on the niche that you choose. So what am I going to be doing? Okay, which one am I doing? I'm doing browse still, mostly because it's the one that I'm most familiar with and have been doing. There's no reason for me to kind of jump the gun and try search, although it's very appealing. Let me scratch it. Okay, I am trying search-based channels, but most of the channels I start, they're gonna continue to be browse-based channels because I know how to gain traction early and I already have experience running browse-based channels. With search-based channels, okay, I must admit, it's a very appealing YouTube automation model. And because of that, I've handed this project to my project manager to hire someone to do everything, okay? So she's looking for someone to do the topic research, script, voiceover, video editing, screen recording, thumbnail, and upload. A single individual is gonna do all of that without ever me having to hire or vet other people doing this type of model in regards to search-based channels. One thing I did want to mention though, before I forget, is that with search-based channels, these channels are posting a lot of videos, okay? Imagine that if your budget for a video, if you're paying $100 for a browse-based video and you're paying $10 an hour for a search-based channel, you can start hiring multiple people at $10 an hour and just set their quota to be 2 to 3 videos per hour. You're gonna get a lot more videos out in a search-based channel as compared to a browse-based channel. So just want to mention that point. Now, what I'm doing is that I haven't started my search-based channel yet. I'm actually, again, that's all in my project manager's hands. She's looking for an individual to still create those videos, but I'm in no rush. Again, these are evergreen content videos. I'm looking for the perfect person. Now, which one should you do? Okay, that is the question. So not every single niche has a high search appeal. Okay, not every single niche can be a search-based channel, but again, a browse-based channel or whatever you want to call it, a YouTube channel in general, can get traffic sources from search, suggested, and browse. Don't think that a single channel is only limited to that single traffic source. I'm just simply separating the two just to kind of make it easier for you to understand and strategize when it comes to starting your YouTube automation channel. So as I've said, you can have a channel that does both. And if you're starting a search channel, hire an individual who can do everything for you and target a high CPM niche, okay? And ideally solve a problem. Tying back to our example, solve a problem just like what this channel is doing. How to reverse any video on iPhone, how to make your own ringtone on iPhone, how to add a video on GoDaddy. All of these problems that people have when it comes to what they're trying to find their answers to on YouTube, that's where a search-based channel really comes in. If you're starting a browse-based channel, you're gonna need to hire multiple components, but I feel that browse has more niche selection compared to search-based channels. Browse-based channels, they're more entertainment-based, more info-based. You can go into any niche that you want and essentially have browse traffic. But search-based channels, you're not really gonna be able to go into like celebrities. You're not gonna really be able to go into like sports where trending news is constantly ever going. I hope that gives you an idea of how to strategize when it comes to the two different types of YouTube automation models. Let me know in the comments which ones are you actually doing. Are you doing a browse channel? Are you doing a search-based channel? I would love to know. And make sure to watch this video next where I go over 5 faceless YouTube channels, which are probably worth trying out.